Go look at a new song to like that I won't sing so damn much. My last like on YouTube is Gilbert O'Sullivan's "What's in a Kiss." Every time I see that picture, "What's in a kiss? Surely more than just a moment of bliss. I was very stupid of me." It's a really good song. I'm particularly fond of. I like Gilbert O'Sullivan. Yeah, I like his matrimony. Nothing rhymed. Nothing. What would you do if I got up and gave up my seat to an old man? Or what? It's very British. It's very English. It's very UK. When you listen to it, you're like, wow. It's quite charming. His perspective, the way he gets across things, the way he says things about traditions and in England and the UK and stuff. It's very UK. So he's really rather quite charming. And you can't help but, wow, I dig that shit. That's cool. Chart. Bobby's on bicycles 2x2, Westminster Abbey, the Tower Big Ben, the rosy red cheeks of the little children. Right? England swings like a pendulum, dude. But Gilbert O'Sullivan gives you that whole, okay, Roger Miller, you get it, dog. You get it, right? So it's kind of funny. Him and Petula Clark, right? But so that's a trip. But I was watching that. But guys and dolls. Okay. There's a huge difference, okay, between ignorance and arrogance. Okay? And when people talk to people and prove to them beyond a reasonable doubt that they are wrong, okay, arrogance is the problem and not ignorance. Okay, ignorance is, I thought it because of that, but it's because of this. Well, dang, I'll stop doing that. Thank you. Okay, that's ignorant. Okay, I thought I was doing the right thing, but I was doing the wrong thing. But now that I know beyond a reasonable doubt that I was doing the wrong thing, and now I can do the right thing, well, thank you very much. Damn, I would have made a fool out of myself, been ignorant when I went to go visit them people in them there Jamaica and said, why are you listening to Bob Marley? His music is terrible. Right? My boy Brett did that. Yeah, went to Jamaica. Right? Said how horrible the people were. I was like, why? Well, I just said about you. You went to Jamaica and said Bob Marley's music was stupid, whatever, and all the black people were mean to you. Wow, Brett, what made you? Could we go back and examine, what happened there and find out why the black people in Jamaica were so mean to you? You gonna have like the runs and shit like that. I know what they did to your food. Say that about my okay. So I told her that's like going to the Basilica and the Vatican and talking about what a pervert the Pope is and wondering why all the nuns and the priests are going, oh, you're going to hell, right? Which is why I don't go to San Albino and stuff. I don't go to Catholic church no more. No. I don't know if people are Catholic in town. Everybody wears them crosses now. Protestants, Seventh-day Adventists. I'm just kidding around. Everybody wears crosses. Okay. I don't know if they're Catholic. But the thing about it is, it's just because the Pope is wrong doesn't mean St. Anthony and St. Francis was. Right? Did you get it? Did you get it? So people can share a common perspective of conception and not be associated in the criminal activity of the papacy. Right? The criminal activity of the papacy is one of the most glorified mass murdering organizations in the history of the world, making let's not talk about it, okay? So you got to understand that. That's why I will not go to see. I saw the movie. Charlton Heston and Rex Harrison. I saw the movie. Wasn't Rex Harrison the Pope? I can't remember. No, I'm good. Okay, I saw the movie. Right? And so early, so bad. I have had connections with Michelangelo. Okay, I like Michelangelo. Okay, he's one of my favorite artists, and probably more so than Raphael. See, even though I share the name with Raphael, I like artist. Da Vinci's all right. Michelangelo's my favorite. The Pieta, David, Michelangelo, by far, of all the artists, the masters, all that, the one I connect to in prayer, and the one who's my favorite, who puts the most passion into the work because of what he feels religiously, like Jimmy Rogers. I met a woman from Liberia, who is to blame for this child of clay, is Michelangelo. Okay. It's, the agony and the ecstasy of the movie, the pride and the prejudice. And, yeah, he's my favorite. And Da Vinci there's a lot of arrogance there. Okay. Raphael is a little more pompous than Michelangelo. Okay. Michelangelo is the one who tries to be the most devout. That's why he was the one that they asked to paint the Sistine Chapel. And, so, and it wasn't Da Vinci, it wasn't Raphael. And so you just gotta, what's in a kiss? Surely more than just a moment of bliss. No, that's rather really stupid of me. But okay, do you understand? Okay, Earl. Yeah, when you connect to people in prayer more than just about any other individual in the world, okay, more than just about. Prayer and meditation are relative forms of eternal communication. Okay? So it would be rather stupid of me and arrogant to think that the Spirit of Yahweh, okay, connects in meditation and prayer possibly more than the Spirit of Krishna Buddha. Okay? You understand? Okay. Because there's Buddhists in Japan and China. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. One of the main religions, more so than Christianity, for a longer period of time in China and Japan and India, okay, is Hindus, okay, and Hindu Krishna Buddha, okay. Do you understand? Okay. What's in a kiss? Surely more than just a moment of bliss. Okay. It's rather stupid of me. Do you understand? But if he really does exist, leaving me to doubt all about God and his mercy, for if he really does exist, why did he desert me? Go read the book. Okay. The one you're calling God says what? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Why have you forsaken me? I'm going to go to that tower and throw myself off. Do you understand? Okay, so don't commit suicide. It's merely a temporary escape from a perpetual wretched problem. Do you understand? Don't take the bag of silver. It's not worth anything. Okay. Truthful, faithful love. What's in a kiss? Do you understand? Okay. So, Earl, I got this down. I know what I'm doing here. Okay. People pray and I listen. Okay. When I was I was riding to the store to get some more gas and stuff for the lawnmower because I got to cut the lawn tonight before they might irrigate. And I get this thing, about the, I was like, guys, okay. By January 22nd, 2013, okay, I had done everything required by explaining the historical events and everything of fulfilling what was required of all documentation of all rabbinic religions for people to step forward and say, he's right, it's him, let's do this, Lord's Prayer, Odele, all the way, okay. But there were corporate entities that people are still a part of. Apartheid, that too. Part of, get it there, apartheid. They separate you from them. Gated community, you don't get to come in here. I am one of the elite people, but you're not. And if you get a job, for me, you have to do everything I say, and if you don't, I'll fire you and I won't give you a reference. Okay, do you understand? So you gotta, a little different, okay. So I was sitting there explaining to him, guys, they had fucked me, okay, with this, someday my princess will come, okay, when I was 4 years old. Here, okay, they got the Temple Set Illuminati, Mormon Church, Vatican, blah, 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 all them people with virtual presence in my house with their chanting things, their chanting groups. Like they have on that, Dan Brown novel with the guy that looks like Peter Fabre having sex with the girl, for all the people in the voodoo thing, and the little girl from the long engagement saw it happening and shit, and she tried to check and see if she could walk on water because she was the great granddaughter of Jesus, Mary Magdalene did. That's just to make money. Dan Brown's full of shit. But no, there is people. No, it's not a little French girl that's a detective or stuff like that. No, his relatives. There's Melissa Benegas or Melissa Nail. Okay, there's Isaac Paul. There's okay. We have lots of them, but they're not from the very long engagement on TV. Okay, so, but they have helped present cases to the Supreme Court. Jordan Benegas. Yep. Okay. So do you understand? They're out there. They're out there. They exist, but not in Dan Brown's imagination, right? Okay, where were we? Okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, once it's obvious by January 22nd, 2013, if they were very serious about this matter, it would have happened by then. Okay. It's June 19th, 2025. I know, and your family does not stand up for you at all to be the Messiah. Yeah, but if the lady from my dreams when I was 4 showed up at my house with the Obamas back in 2013, there'd been Natalie, Patrick, Noah, Amy Sue, Steffi, Treese, Punchy, doololly, ooh lolly golly, what a day, right? Yeah. When J-Lo shows up in an Escalade and said, this guy's for real, and it starts trending on social media, like, boop-a-doop-a-doo, 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 things radically change, right? And so they didn't do it. So, you keep trying to make a fool of me, trying to make a fool of me. That's a good song, yeah. Other one that's real good, Don't Make Promises You Can't Keep by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. But guys, the reason why we're in the situation that we're in, and Jesus tells me this all the time, they're all getting exactly what they deserve, bro. But what about Emmy? Why doesn't Emmy call you up and say, Dad, and then there would be one that, oh, it's a real deal. He's a real deal. So they have options. They're adults. Even if you're bombarded 24/7 with Wi-Fi and you're uncomfortable, the best way to be less uncomfortable by bombardment from perverts with Wi-Fi 24/7 is to stand up and say, get up, stand up. Lord's Prayer is your right. It's in the Quran. It's in the Bible. I bet you it's in the Abrahamic Bible. We don't in our town know Abrahamic Bible. But I would be willing to bet that there might be a place in that Abrahamic Bible where say, hey, Lord's Prayer applied in physics, El Perfecto, Eternal Lo, Oda Kedalo, do. Doesn't say it in the Mormon Gospels. It does in so many words. Yeah, it does. Joseph Smith gets up, all the churches are wrong. We should be living the ways of Solomon and David. Are the people in the Quorum of the 12 living the ways of Solomon and David? No. Well then, neener, in our town, no Abrahamic Bible for Earl to peruse. Okay. Love you, monkeys. Want some scarlet ribbons?